Hey guys, I'm Mr. Cummings. If you haven't already seen me on Google Meets, then that's who I am. I'll be your science teacher for the year. All right? So, greetings and welcome to week 2. A few things to wrap up about week 1 first. All right, we made it through week 1, so that's the first thing we can say. Give yourself a pat on the back if you already turned in all your assignments. If you haven't, you got to get them done. Get them done as soon as possible, please. All right, your grade counts on it. All right. Second thing, doing attendance. Make sure you do the attendance. The attendance link is right up there at the top of this page, top of the haiku page. So make sure you do your attendance. When you click on the date, a calendar will drop down and you select today's date. Don't put in your birth date or something like that. I think some of you were doing that. Some of you were putting in some rather odd dates too. So if you just click on it, a calendar will drop down and you'll see and you can just select today's date. All right. You should have gotten a email from me recently about joining my Google Classroom. Please do that as soon as you can. There's another link below that'll help you join too, and we'll talk about that in just a minute. But if you've already joined, great. I think I got 3 people who'd signed on as of today, so only 3 people. So the rest of you need to get into my Google Classroom because you'll need that in order to do the review at the bottom. Next thing you'll need this week is something that some of you have already heard about. If you looked at the syllabus that you got during orientation, it says you're going to need a composition book. It can look like this one. It doesn't have to be exactly like this one, preferably one with 100 pages, but if you only have an 80-page one, no problem, we can work with that. But get yourself a composition notebook similar to the one you see here. All right. You want to skip the first 10 pages. You're going to be writing in this notebook today, and you want to make sure that you write this stuff in the notebook because eventually, if we get back to meeting face to face, I'm going to want to check your notebook, and I'm going to be looking for these things. All right, so the first thing you'll need to do is make sure that you skip the first 10 pages of the composition book. If you haven't gotten one yet, please go out and get one. The one you see is one, the one I showed you is one that I got at Walmart for 50 cents, so they're cheap right now. So go out and get yourself a composition book. Skip the first 10 pages, all right? And you're going to do some stuff on that, and we're going to cover that in just a few minutes, all right? So this week, we are going to be talking about unicellular organisms. It's the title of the haiku page, and that should be the title of the first page that you write on, too. All right? So that's the first thing that you'll do, is write the title at the top on that 11th page. You're going to also want to write on there the learning target. Again, it's up just above on the haiku page here. Should be able to find the learning target, write that learning target down, and then list the vocabulary words which are listed up here, I believe. If I'm pointing in the right direction, I'll fix that eventually when I edit this video. So you'll have the learning target and the vocabulary written on that first page. Skip a couple lines in between each vocabulary word because as you go through the material, you want to write down the explanations or definitions or that you get from the reading about those different items, those different vocabulary words. All right. The next thing you'll do is there's 4 videos right down there. The 4 videos are on the 4 different unicellular organisms that we're going to be covering this week. A unicellular organism, well, first of all, we should say that a cell is the basic unit of life, all right? And we'll talk a lot about cells over the next couple of weeks. But a unicellular organism is an organism that can carry out all of the life functions in a single cell. They can do pretty much everything that you do. They breathe, they eat, they give off waste, just like you do, and they can move around, and they do it all within the confines of one single cell. Now, of course, your body is made up of billions of other cells, and we'll talk about those later, but right now, we're going to talk about one-celled organisms, or single-celled organisms. So the videos will explain those to you. The 4 organisms are the amoeba, the euglena, the paramecium, and the Volvox. So each of those videos covers those items in order, that order, and you can see down in the lower corner underneath the video, it tells you what the organism is. Below the videos is an interactive slideshow. And then interactive slideshow, it's going to take you to a website called Pear Deck. Pear Deck is something that I use frequently, and you'll see a lot of these, all right, because it allows me to put questions in the slideshow that you answer directly in the slideshow. It will ask you to put in a name. Put in your name, please, all right, not some goofy name that you like to go by, all right, because I got to know who you are. If you put in My Little Pony 25, I'm not going to know who you are. So please put in your name, or else I can't give you a grade for it. So that interactive slideshow will ask you questions. Even on the first slide, there's a question on the very first slide. So make sure you answer those questions, because that's that's the first assignment, is to answer the questions in the interactive slideshow. There's another assignment inside that slideshow which asks you to draw a Venn diagram. It shows you a Venn diagram, and it asks you and tells you what to do with that. Make sure you read it carefully. You're going to be contrasting and comparing the Volvox and the Euglena. All right, and that will come from the information that you get from that slideshow and from the videos. So that's the second assignment. Is you'll draw that in your notebook. Make it big, all right? Use a whole page. You don't want to make it so small that you have to scribble it, because you're going to need to take a picture of that Venn diagram and upload it in the box below the interactive slideshow. So you can take it with your phone, or you can use your Google Chrome camera, or any other way that you want to try to upload that picture. The easiest way would probably do it with the Google Chrome camera, because it goes right onto your computer. If you know how to get the pictures from your phone to your Google account or to your Google Drive, then you can do that as well. All right. And then the last part of the last assignment is a quizzes review. The quizzes review, you will need to be signed in to my Google Classroom before you can get to the quizzes review. So make sure you do that first. There is a join Google Classroom link there, as well as a link that will take you directly to Google Classroom, and it may ask you for that join code, which is also right there on the Haiku page. So all the information you need to get onto into my Google Classroom is right there. And then when you go to the quizzes, you will it may even ask you to sign in with your Google account, and that's what you should do. Anytime you're asked to sign in somewhere, always use your Google account, because it can pick up your name and all that good stuff, and then puts it right into the grade book that I will download from whatever website that is. All right. So those are the 3 assignments that you'll have today. The interactive slideshow questions in that. Make sure you read through each of those slides carefully, and also watch those 4 videos. And then there's the Venn diagram, which is also inside the interactive slideshow. It asks you to do that in your notebook. Once again, make it big so I can see it when you take a picture of it, and try to write as neatly as possible, because I need to be able to read what you wrote too. All right. And finally, the quizzes review. All right. So that's what we'll be doing you're going to be doing this week. I will be on the Google Meet every day during the allotted hour for your core. So make sure that if you have any questions or problems, you meet me there and we can talk about it. And remember, if you get all your assignments done by Thursday, you get Friday off. The sooner you get from science, the sooner you get my assignments done, the sooner you don't have to go back and worry about logging in or doing the attendance or coming to the Google Meets, unless you just absolutely want to say hi and everything like that, which is fine. However, if you want to be done with science, the sooner you get it done, the sooner you're done with me, and you can work on other classwork that may need to be done also by Thursday. I think we're all working on the same schedule. Everybody wants the work turned in by 3 o'clock Thursday. All right. So that's this week. Again, come to me in Google Meet or send me an email. And if you just want to talk face to face in a sort of private way, then you can send me an email, and I will send you a private Google Meet link, and we can talk face to face or at least face to whatever picture you like to put on when your camera is turned off. And I can answer your questions and go through the haiku page and show you how things are done if you're still confused. All right. So that's this week, and I will see you again next week. We'll do this again, and we'll have some new assignments then. We'll probably still be talking about unicellular organisms and cells next week as well. All right, so have a good one. Time to get to work. Talk to you soon. Bye.